Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. I'd like to welcome each of you to another FranTastic InSights video segment whereby we introduce you to some very prominent personalities, all of whom are having a very positive impact on the ever-growing world of franchising. My name is David Craghead. I'm the Chief Franchise Expansion Officer for FranServe. And today I'll be your host for this week's FranTastic InSights video segment. For the past 14 years, FranServe has been recognized as the world's largest franchise consulting and expansion organization. We have a very simple mission. That is, we change people's lives in a very positive way. We do that through franchise ownership. And we do that through a network of incredible franchise brands in 39 different industry categories. Our growth initiatives are supported by a growing portfolio of franchise consultants. Many of you refer to them as franchise brokers. They're all the same person. They all are dedicated to helping their clients explore franchise opportunities, which are deemed to be a perfect match for their individual search criteria. And today I'd like to introduce you to Miss LaVonna Williams, franchise development and team lead and brand developer for a brand referred to as Dryer Vent Wizard International, which is an active and very dynamic brand within the Neighborly network of home services brands. Neighborly is recognized nationwide as the most trusted source for local home service professionals. So, LaVonna, thank you for joining us today. And as I pass the microphone over to you this morning, or actually this afternoon now, please share your business model description and your latest perspective for Dryer Vent Wizard International, please.
Yes, absolutely, David. Thank you for having me and Dryer Vent Wizard on today. So happy to be here. Let's get into it. So Dryer Vent Wizard is a 20-year-old plus franchise location. We're number one specialist in dryer vent cleaning, repairing, rerouting, installing, and maintaining the dryer venting system across North America. We have over 170 franchise locations across North America. We joined Neighborly in 2020 and continue to grow and double the size since we've been a part of this family of home service brands. Our primary focus for Dryer Vent Wizard is to help protect homes, multi-unit properties, businesses from dryer fires that are seriously overlooked. That safety aspect, it is a very high safety hazard, and it's a needed service. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if you're going to need this service. It's more so of when. So that is kind of the summary there. My perspective on this model. Overall, it is a very strong model. I don't know if you know, David, but I've been with Dryer Vent Wizard this is going to be my 14th year. And I've had the honor to work side by side with our founder for over 7 years, as well as supported franchise owners. So I spent half of my time on the operations team, helping our franchise owners grow and launch and build their business. And primarily, Dryer Vent Wizard, to give you some history around that, it was initially established as more so targeting an owner-operator model. Really great for someone that wanted to be in the van, do 3 jobs a day, have an easy work-life balance, and very, very strong support. But over the years, we have expanded to who we services and the services that we offer. This industry continues to grow. And so today we are more so looking for those executive owners. So this is a business where someone can start with one technician and be able to scale and grow the business. And we're having really great growth percentages amongst all of the Neighborly brands as well. We're one of the smallest, but we're one of the strongest as well in that factor.
Remember, several years ago, I had a neighbor, 4 or 5 houses down. Her home caught on fire, and it was all linked to the lint that had collected in her dryer vent that had never been cleaned. And her house wasn't that old. It's probably 8 or 9 years old, but it caught fire. Unfortunately, they put it out before it got too bad. But I can tell you, I remember that vividly. And I know that Dryer Vent Wizard provides a service that can prevent that type of thing. So
David, most people don't know that there's a dryer fire every 36 minutes in North America. It's one of the
Wow.
number one, yeah. You wouldn't think that, but it is one of the number one causes of household fires. And you mentioned that home, it was a newer home. Even those homes are even more so need our service because you think about it, a lot of times the contractor, most of the time, they're building homes based off of the convenience of the homeowner. And so when you see that, you see laundry rooms on the second floor near the bedrooms. You see multiple laundry rooms as well. So when that happens, you have longer vent lines. Then you'll have poor airflow, and then you'll have that lint accumulation, and that's where you see the blockage, and it begins to be a hazard there. So
Yep.
it has increased based off of how they're designing these homes as well. The need for
Yep. And her, just like you mentioned, her entire laundry room was on the second floor. A very large home had like four bedrooms on the second floor, and it could have been disaster if they hadn't caught it quick enough. But it was all due to the fact that the dryer vent had never been cleaned.
yeah.
So you mentioned that since you've joined Neighborly, that you've doubled the number of territories that you've opened. Tell us a little bit about how you design your territories. What other metrics that you use to create them?
Foreign territories is a nice, healthy territory. We're targeting one territory would target between 100,000 to 100 and all the way up to 150,000 targeted households. And so we do also seek more affluent areas to some of those newer homes, but also the older homes as well. Usually those vent lines are poorly designed, and we find ourselves rerouting those as well. But
Okay, and we're going to have a lot of our brokers who are going to be watching this presentation today. What areas around the country are really hot right now for Dryer Vent Wizard? What areas would you like for us to help you fill?
Man, we have some great top priority markets. Charlotte, Charleston, rather, Charleston or South Carolina, Dallas, Fort Worth, Denver, Colorado. Some really great markets available in Florida, Jacksonville, all the way Miami, Fort Lauderdale, also Philadelphia, Phoenix, Arizona. Some really great markets available. We have 170 locations, but we certainly have quite a few more to go to continue to build across the country.
And as we recruit new applicants for Dryer Vent Wizard, take a minute and tell me, what does the perfect franchise applicant for Dryer Vent Wizard look like? What do you want them to bring to the table?
Absolutely. So I would definitely start with someone that's coachable. Coachable and capable is key for us. And we're also looking for folks with, this is it, no dryer vent cleaning experience. We're looking for someone to come in, build a team, grow, and focusing on scaling the business. This is a great business to put yourself in and scaling that business. Really, we people are really drawn to this brand, and you would present this to someone that's service oriented, relationship builder, a leader that wants to build a team. We have a lot of veterans and first responders. We also offer a discount. A 20% discount off of the franchise fee for our veterans as well. It really matches because we're out and serving people, creating that awareness of the importance of having this regular maintenance on your dryer venting system. So we're also looking for people that are seeking something meaningful, work and community and wanting to impact the community at the same time take advantage of a brand that has really impressive margins. Those are kind of the keys, people that are passionate about helping people, serving people, and that education piece. We use an approach of education to our customers, and we find that our owners are really satisfied with that aspect of that needed service and educating the community.
I'm aware that even though Neighborly is often referred to as a network of home service brands, I'm also aware that a lot of the Neighborly brands serve the commercial market too. Is that true for Dryer Vent Wizard?
Absolutely. So Dryer Vent Wizard, we service three levels. There's three separate streams of revenue there, multiple streams of revenue. That first is residential. Today, our business is mostly 80/20, more residential. And that's how you would initially establish and start your business. But there's definitely some additional opportunity in commercial for B2B. So you think about the opportunity there. All the businesses that frequently use dryers need our service 2 to 6 times a year. And so those would be businesses like hair care and pet care and adult care and laundromats and fitness centers and rehabilitation centers. The list goes on and on of those businesses that use dryers to maintain and provide service. As well as the third level of customer base is that multi-unit housing and residential. So you have those condo associations, apartment complexes, and what's getting to be more and more exciting for Dryer Vent Wizard, we're starting to see more and more insurance driven. I have, potential candidates calling me saying, "Hey, my HOA is requiring to have this regular maintenance on my dryer venting system." So that has increased over the years for this brand.
A huge need that people don't even realize. Isn't that correct, LaVonna?
Absolutely. It really is overlooked until you have a problem. And that's what we want to do is we want to create that education piece. And that's what we're able to do through Neighborly. Because we're educating, all of those customers are a customer of ours as well, that some may not know, and we want to get in front of it so that we can save lives. One of our owners, he says all the time, "I'm out saving lives one dryer at a time." And that really is impactful.
That's a good perspective to have.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your training programs, both classroom and in the field.
Yes, absolutely. So very hands-on training. Like I said, we're looking for folks with zero dryer vent cleaning experience. So we taking that on head on. In the first phase of becoming a franchise Dryer Vent Wizard franchise owner, we do spend some time with some virtual training, right? And focusing on that. Once we've helped them with that virtual side, getting the business set up and getting them more familiar and aware of the business, then we have in-person business training. And so that is at our headquarters in Dallas, Texas, where our operations team are there to provide that hands-on training and it's a full week to our franchise owners. Once you finish with that in-person training, and that is classroom style training as well. There's some hands-on at that business training. But once they finish with that week, they go directly to field training. So rather you start with the technician or you're going to put yourself in as the technician, you and the technician would go to field training, and they go to a live territory where they learn the day in the life of a Dryer Vent Wizard owner and a technician. So that is very hands-on. And then the franchise owners go back to their home territory and they do practice jobs with assistants. We have franchise business coaches that also are supporting that franchise owner throughout the life of their business. And we have field support supervisors that come out to the site location and supporting owners as well. So that training, this is a business you can get ramped up pretty fast. You can have this business open as fast after 8 to 10 weeks. So pretty ramped up. It's a home-based business, no brick and mortar, and it's a very simple, easy to follow model. But when they do those practice jobs, they're going to practice on friends and family, and take everything that they learned during training, and then be able to open up their doors.
Very good. You just answered my next question about the ramp up time. So it's not long at all, right?
Not at all. And you think about it, it's a home-based business, so you don't have that brick and mortar. We have a call center that takes care of all of the calls. All the calls are routed directly to that call center, and they manage all of that. And they book the current customers for their future visits as well. So we're helping with some of that repeat business and lead generation there.
Okay. Are you forecasting any significant upgrades or changes to Dryer Vent Wizard over the next 1 to 3 years? Anything on the horizon that may change?
This is ever changing. I could see us changing into more services. For example, the way that our clothes are made, they're a lot. They shed more, so there's more lint that is getting inside of the dryer. So we've had to start delinting it. So that there's some things in the industry that causes us to have to shift and change and add new services. And of course, we lay that out to training our franchise owners when we add those services. Also, we're going to see a shift in that. Remember, I mentioned that we were 80-20 residential, 20% multi-unit. That's going to also continue to shift, especially being more insurance driven. Utility companies now creating that education. Manufacturers suggest you have your dryer vent serviced on an annual basis. So the more and more that we in fire departments and creating that awareness of that, we are going to shift more to that multi-unit aspect as well.
Good.
and really pushing our owners and helping them with that aspect of going out and getting those
Okay.
multi-unit jobs.
LaVonna, you've been extremely thorough with your answers today, and I do appreciate that. So let me ask you, got one final question. If there is one takeaway from this interview today that we may not have talked about, that we may not have touched on, what would you want our viewers to know about your brand that we have not yet discussed?
You know, so many things I could say, but I'm going to talk about why I'm still here today, and that's the culture, the people, and who we are and what we do. And our culture is very healthy. Most of our owners, a good portion of our owners, have been in the system for over 15 years, so they're in their 10-year term. Also, this is a business that owners can choose to invest in. They choose to renew and reinvest and also pass it down to their family. So I've been here long enough to see second generation owners and really starting to breed on to those third generation owners as well. So the culture of people, I mentioned to you, we're looking for folks that are passionate about helping people, serving people. And that's when you see when we all come together. We're number one in this industry. Dryer Vent Wizard is the pioneers and we're the experts. We were deemed that as such in the Entrepreneur 500 for 3 years in a row now as well. But we attribute a lot to that supporting each other. So if you have some folks that are looking for something meaningful, something sustainable that they can build and grow and make a family business, and then take advantage of some very impressive margins and percentage growth, this is the brand to consider them to. And you have to tell them, hey, keep an open mind. It's lit, so it's not super sexy. But once you get into the numbers, boy, it gets super sexy at that point. That's what I wish
It
you.
provides a super sexy lifestyle, right?
Absolutely, it does.
You mentioned that you're a member of the Entrepreneur Franchise 500 multiple years. I would imagine that has a lot to do with you, LaVonna.
Oh, look at
That's
that. Okay.
that's my guess. All right.
I love
Well,
that. I
well,
appreciate it.
LaVonna, I want to thank you for the privilege of your time today. This entire interview will be posted on the FranServe support site. It'll also be archived in the FranServe library, and it'll be uploaded to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So don't be surprised if you get some autograph requests. Okay.
All right, I'll be ready with
All
sign.
right. All right. And with that, we will adjourn today's FranTastic InSights podcast. Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye.
Bye bye.